Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Main, and today we are going to discuss integrating technology into any science-based classroom. So, why would we want to integrate technology into a classroom, specifically a science classroom? Well, students in science classes can have a better experience learning the curriculum of specific topics with technological integration rather than just sitting and listening to a lecture. Technology is a powerful tool for students to become more engaged with the material that they are learning, and specifically allowing students to think of ideas and ways to solve problems. Technology can be integrated into biology, chemistry, engineering, physical science, physics, life science, earth science, and space science. Integrating technology allows students to connect science with real life experiences. The most recent standards for science include inquiry-based learning and a deeper understanding. So, allowing the students to see what they are learning and experiencing rather than just reading and listening. We can do this with technology. We can also have more hands-on activities instead of just memorizing. Memorizing does not mean the students are learning the information and that they can actually apply that information. So if we add more lab-based learning with technology, then the students will be able to actually use this information that they're learning and provide it and make it go to the real world. Then students are also able to collaborate with one another as well. So one way to integrate technology is to utilize the internet for instructional purposes. As you are introducing a new lesson and topic, what you can do is have students get broken into groups and then give them a specific topic to research. The students would need to research what that topic means and present an example of the topic along with pictures if necessary to the class. This could take approximately 15 to 20 minutes of class time with groups actually explaining that topic, but this allows the students to feel involved in what they are learning about. So, for example, if you are introducing the topic of DNA to your students, we might split the class into groups of 2 or 3. I may assign one group to research who Erwin Chargaff was, and another group to research who Rosalind Franklin was and what she contributed to the idea of DNA. I would then allow those students to gain some knowledge regarding their topic and then present what they have learned to the class. After the entire class has presented their topic, I would go over this new material. This way, the students have used to the internet and actually researched parts of the information that we are about to go over. So they feel empowered because they have taught the class, and we integrated technology into the mix. And this could be done for any grade level. Now, another way to integrate technology is to incorporate technological software. You can allow your students to work with software, and this may take some time at the beginning, but it's going to benefit your students overall. Instead of asking students to handwrite vocabulary words, you could have students type them into a Word document or a OneNote or Google Docs. If you're collecting data in lab, you might have students input their data into a Google Sheets to combine the overall class data. Then students can analyze their class data, calculating averages, the mode, the range, standard deviation, even standard error, depending on the grade level. But they can utilize Google Sheets or even Excel. Now, after conducting a lab, the students are able to present their data to their peers as groups or individuals utilizing different presentation software, including PowerPoint, Google Slides, even Prezi. Even if they're not conducting a lab, you can have your students research different topics within science and present to their peers utilizing a specific presentation software. So, for example, if we are in physics class and my students are determining the acceleration of the car with different forces acting upon the car, Students can input their data into a spreadsheet. Now, this could be Microsoft Excel or on Google Sheets to share with the class. Then the students can find the average acceleration for each force that was acted upon the car. They could calculate the standard error and the standard deviation from their experiment as well, and then present their findings to the class utilizing PowerPoint, Prezi, or Google Slides. Another way is to include instructional software into your class. Now we can allow students to use games as a method of practice in your class. Generation Genius has many different lessons that have quizzes. These quizzes are competitive, and they can allow your students to compete against one another to get the correct answer. Or it can be considered drill and practice, and those students can do this over and over at home, just taking these quizzes to really remember and retain that information. It's kind of like using Kahoot in your class. Generation Genius just has the quizzes pre-made along with videos, while with Kahoot, you're going to create the quiz yourself. Both of these do have free options available, or you can pay for options on them as well to unlock more ways to quiz your students. An example of Kahoot I created for my students was a class review. The students do not even feel like they are reviewing because they are having fun while reviewing. Instead of having students answer review questions on a sheet of paper, have them create a Quizlet. When they type in the review question and answer it on the back, they can now have flashcards, so they can show you that they have made or answered their review questions, and then they have made flashcards that they can study with for drill and practice. Now, depending on the age of your students, you may want to introduce PBS Kids, where they have kids learning science games. So they have science games that range from engineering to ecosystems, astrology, planting, and even more. This allows students to play games to actually retain and remember this information. You could do this on a day that you are not teaching anything new, but you want the students to have an easier day but continue to learn as they are playing games. So it's a great way to have a review day. And the last way that we can integrate technology into our science classes is utilizing software that helps both the student and the teacher. Shareable calendars and note-taking applications are great to utilize in the classroom. Teachers can create a class calendar that can be easily shared with all of their students. The teacher can edit the calendar at any time, and students can always access this calendar. Google Suites for Education has a calendar that can be linked to any Google Classroom. Any assignment that is created within the classroom will also be added to the calendar, along with anything the teacher adds to the calendar. This ensures students know what to expect for the week in the classroom. Another way to integrate productivity software is to have the students utilize a note-taking application. If your school utilizes Apple products, one application is called Notability that is available for all Apple devices. This application allows students to use multimedia notes and work with PDFs. Students can write their own notes with their finger or a stylus, or even type their notes. And this allows for to import images, audio recording notes, and even share their notes to Google Drive or to Dropbox. So students can easily share their notes to Google Classroom with a teacher. If your school does not utilize Apple, you can also use Nebo, and it has the same applications and methods as Notability, but this one can be used on Windows. So here are the references for this presentation, and if you would like to know more, please let me know. My email is jrmain@uark.edu, and I would love to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you and have a great day.